What, bitch, get a restraining order?
No, I didn't mean to delete anything.
Well, at least there's that. Well, hello, everybody. It's the end of the week. It's Juneteenth. And for most people, it was a day off. I had to work today, and yesterday was a long day. So, top 5, you can catch that on TikTok as well as YouTube at 10 a.m. And otherwise, tonight we're going to be doing comics versus pop culture. So, we're going to be talking about conventions, how it influences one another and everything in between. Some of us have got pickups from Heroes Con, so you're going to be seeing some of that. You're going to be seeing old books, new books. You're going to be seeing unboxing. Everything is here tonight, except top 5. That's Sunday. So there's been some fires in Miami. That's probably why my eyes look the way they do. And it's the end of the week.
And you're tired.
Yeah. I'm trying not to put that out. Yes, I need to take the damn Ricola out of my mouth. It's the end of the week. It's the moment you all been waiting for. It's Friday, you bastards.
The internet brings comic fans around the world into one comic book community. Comic creators and comic fans, tonight you are seen, heard, recognized. Because comics are for everyone. Live from Miami, Florida, broadcasting around the world, this is the Not Near Mint Show.
So there you go. Hey, welcome to the show, everyone. Hey, it's great to see some of our favorite people that join week for week. We have Kevin, we have Omactivate, we have Vinson, we have Michael, and we have Miracleman. And tonight we're going to be talking about an interesting subject because some of us have been going to conventions and we might have some opinions on that, whether or not they're actual comic book shows or they happen to be pop culture conventions with a little sprinkling of comic books here and there. But otherwise, I want to say hi to the people that have joined us in the chat tonight. Let's see here. We have Cliff. He's on Fables, so if you get a chance, check him out over on Fables tonight. Doc's saying hi to everybody. Hello, Guy Wozniak. I love your creation of, Macintosh. We know it was you. It was all you.
I refer to the Canadians collection as a little sprinkling of comics.
He's got a different backdrop today.
Look at that. Look at that. His wife kicked him out of the laundry
out of the comic book room.
So why are you where you are?
My daughter's celebrating her 20th birthday downstairs, and there's 10 women all being very, very loud and drunk, so I'm up here.
Wow. Oh, that's right.
Here's some interesting things.
Canada, that's the drinking age.
Yes. I was
here. It's 21, so. Except for New Orleans.
Nope.
Somewhere else.
New Orleans was forced to change.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think it's nationwide now. Yeah.
Yeah. They've threatened to withhold federal dollars.
Welcome to 2026 America, folks.
Well,
you can go to war, but you can't have a beer.
That was a lot.
Well, I don't know about y'all, but this is a. By the way, spending 4 days with Kevin in North Carolina, I picked up an accent, so I'm gonna use y'all.
Come
more.
on.
I use y'all now.
Did you pick up
I use y'all because it's so lovingly gender neutral. I actually, even before the trip, I actually really love using it all the time.
And I don't even have really much of an accent. I mean, it's way worse for most people.
It's a subtle back end on your side. I really
it's
love it.
very nuanced.
That's fair.
Yeah. Although I unironically, because I was going from booth to booth looking for very specific books, and I unironically said thank you kindly to somebody, and I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, Kevin's accent is so minor.
Yeah.
You're supposed to ask me how minor is it?
Oh,
Kevin's
how
accent
minor is it?
That every time now you fucked up the joke. There's never been a time when Kevin spoke that I was like, oh yeah, that guy fucked his cousin.
Right.
We love that about you, Kevin. We love that
Thank
about
you. I appreciate it. I just
I'm a fan
moved
of it.
around a lot as a kid. You don't really clamp down on any accent, but I've lived in the South pretty much for the last 30 years. So I pick up a little. I say y'all, I type y'all, but I don't have that Southern Texas or North Carolina twang like you hear in a lot of places. Alabama.
I've noticed whoever I hang out with for any amount of time, I pick up a little bit of their accent. It's kind of funny. Like, spent a weekend with New York friends. You know, I start doing a little,
What the fuck are you doing there?
You need to get.
I'm very susceptible to accents. That's
Don't ever go to
hilarious.
Scotland then.
You
Yeah, we're not talking as bad as Madonna back in the 90s when she went to visit the UK for a period of time, returned with a British accent somehow.
I think she still has it. I think she clung to it.
It's still there, but only when she's in particular interviews she doesn't want to be in.
So yeah, on this topic, I think a forefront for me to even want to talk about the new style to bring us back to topic. Having gone to Heroes Con now, I forgot what a comic book convention was like. Like, all seriousness, a convention that was comic book creators and nothing else, and then like literally at least 100 comic book dealers, Kevin. I tend to be, if not more, like just booth after booth after booth of just comic books. I walked away from that weekend absolutely blown away by what a comic book experience convention actually is. And that's and that's not saying that I don't enjoy the spectacle of a modern convention. Like, I love the MCU, I love Star Wars actors, you know, I love William Shatner, whoever it is that they've got going, or the anime thing. Like, I love all that stuff too, but to have a convention that's just focused on the one thing was really cool.
That's why I fly from Colorado over there every year for that experience.
Although I will say, I've never seen so many 50-something white dudes in one space.
There's a lot of them, isn't there? I mean, yeah,
it does pull a very non-diverse crowd because of it. But, you know, the kids are still there, and there's still a diverse amount of folks there.
Yeah,
but
there's cosplaying and there's other things, but it's not to the degree that you see at a lot of pop culture conventions.
I see more cosplay at a hotel convention in the Seattle area than I saw at Heroes Con.
And you're right, there are a lot of salt and pepper haired 50-somethings present, company included at shows like Heroes. Yeah.
We're old, boys.
I want to say a lot of us are in our 40s barely. So I was like, hey, I'm just saying, I saw a lot of folks in my age group more than normal. Is all I'm saying.
And it does bring up the topic, and a couple of other YouTubers have discussed this actually over the last couple of weeks about is the industry dying? Are we aging out to some extent? I mean, are we being replaced at a rate high enough to keep the industry going? But I don't want to get into that, but we could save that for later.
No,
I mean, to a point, I've been making the point for a while now. While YouTube, you mostly notice people in our age group, you know, the olds. If you go to TikTok, those are the ones under 30. And a lot of those are the ones that don't know as much about comics, maybe collecting 2-3 years or so. They have followings of 20, 30,000. Why? They're excited about it. They know what they like, and they're willing to talk about it. And this is how you wind up seeing weird, random variant covers, and then just other stories just blow up. And it's those kids on TikTok that are talking about dork.
Yep. And to tie it back to the entire topic, I mean, that's why we're seeing a lot of conventions diversify, because the younger crowd isn't into the same exact stuff that those of us on this panel are. I mean, they want more manga and anime. They want more crafty kind of stuff. They want more card games. And so some of it is just a matter of survival for the convention, and they try to target their audience. But Heroes Con has been around long enough where they know the audience that they serve. They know they're going to get 50,000 people showing up at this just for comics for the most part. And so there's a place for all of this stuff. But I truly believe that diversification and the creation of these pop culture conventions is to try to keep the younger crowd coming.
Well, if it's a lot of old parts, we had record attendance at Heroes Con this year, so a lot of
Yeah, I
old
don't know what the numbers are going to be, but it seemed like there was quite a few people. But it's
they
still a
announced it
manageable
broke
convention.
records, yeah.
I mean, the smaller show that we have here in Alabama, it's significantly smaller than Heroes Con, but at Heroes Con I never felt boxed in, and that's one of the real props of Heroes Con for me. I was selling a show at a bunch of kids. Sorry, I missed it.
There you go.
They actually really came. Good for them. That's nice. That's good. That's a positive story to hear. But back to the top. I mean, Heroes Con does a great job of creating enough room. It's a big enough space that I never felt like this, and I don't like being like this. Or even at smaller hotel cons, Vincent, I get that cramped in feeling, and it really takes away from the fun part of the experience for me. When it's
the only time I felt cramped is when Vincent said, "Go to this booth," because they marked everything $1. That was a crowd.
But that's just because everyone's trying to elbow you out. They wanted that.
Everybody was like this, going through the boxes like this.
You're absolutely spot on, Kevin. The modern spectacle of a convention is to stay relevant, right? It's so much more broader than it used to be for an appeal, for a reason. Manga, I mean, as much as we love comic books, manga outsells it 10 times over or whatever. I don't know the numbers, but it's very much a market, and it's smart to appeal to multiple. And then MCU, I was on the plane coming back home from Heroes Con, and the gal that sat next to me, like early 20s, she was watching the Fantastic Four movie and then the WB Supergirl show on her laptop, and so I was like, "Hey, do you read comics?" She's like, "No, I just love superheroes." And I'm like, "Well, hey, have a free comic." So I gave her that Harley Quinn book you gave me, Kevin.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I passed it up. I was like, "Hey, you know what? You should try reading the comics sometime." She's like, "Hey, you know what? I've never really thought about trying to find a comic book." But it was like a little snapshot. I feel like of a lot of the younger generation. They're so exposed to what these superheroes are, but they don't even think, "Hey, maybe I should read a comic."
Maybe carry around a bunch of these and just go, "Hey, do you read comics? Do you like this stuff? Here's a free comic book day. You like Spider-Man? Here's a Spider-Man. There's a Spider-Man for everyone."
Well, everything you guys are saying is because comics have finally broken containment. The things we loved were trapped for decades in really one medium. And we've all seen their previous. We're old enough to remember the previous attempts. The J-Ones with a beer gut in the Justice League pilot TV show that never got picked up.
The Hulk on trial with the Thor,
right? With like literally looks like a hammer he bought at the Home Depot, except it was before there was a Home Depot, so it was like true value hardware, right?
Swamp Thing.
So there's a rare exception where it actually was pretty good, but still strayed exceptionally far from the source material. Really was basically just a rough close. Right? Superman, the fact that we got so much of Superman and the Chris Reeves of actual Superman, Perry White, Great Caesar's Ghost, Jimmy Olsen, Lois Lane being a pain in the ass. The fact that we got so many things that were so close, that was lightning in a bottle. And we saw what happened by the time it got to the Richard Pryor, installment. But comics, they couldn't.
I love that movie, by the way.
I love it
Bronze
too.
Age goofiness.
I love it
It's like we're reading a Carrie Bates comic book.
It's
great. Terrible, but in the best way.
In the best way possible. Now, that's not to be said about Nuclear Man's Quest for Peace, episode 4. Now, but we used to get horrifically bad things outside, and now it's finally broke the containment of comics. It's on television, high quality. It's in movies, high quality.
Yeah.
People are enjoying it outside of the medium that invented it because finally we're capable of producing it in a way that is enjoyable in a medium outside of the one that invented these characters. And that's why we see these kids, maybe they've read a comic or two. I had a neighbor one time, they're about 15 years younger than me. They found out I was into comics and they were real excited, came over, looked at my collection. Jaws hit the ground. So I said, "Oh, what kind of comics you do? You know, let's take a look." They were cosplay. They like to do Joker and Harley Quinn, you know, together. She did a great Harley Quinn impersonation. And I went over there and it was all trades. It was just, they just bought trades. They had never owned a single issue ever, right? They bought collected editions and they loved those things to the point where they would go out, get dressed up as two ridiculous characters and go out in public.
Yeah,
And
that really, Miracleman, that just highlights the generational difference too.
Right.
Like, a lot of these, I'm saying, all right, so I'm in my 50s. My daughter's in her 30s. I use the term kids, usually meaning someone, my daughter or younger. It's
Sure.
like
You're
kids
30
that's
now.
20s and younger, right?
Sure.
A lot of these kids are, you know, they're only reading a few years in. They maybe
Yeah.
only read them as a teenager, or they're getting them into a now, but
Yeah.
they're loving it and they're getting obsessed with it in just different ways than we were. You know, and I just love seeing the younger generation on, like, I see them on, like, social media, like Blue Sky.
Yeah.
You know, you see them, and they
On
definitely
blueskies.com.
yeah, they definitely enjoy comics different than we do, but that's okay.
Well, they have so
they're
much
just as
more
passionate.
mediums to enjoy it from. We didn't
Right.
have
Yeah.
that. We grew up with comics. We had 4 channels on TV. We had comics and we had outdoor stuff.
Mhm.
We walk both ways in the snow, damn it.
Uphill with no
imagine-
shoes.
I imagine y'all growing up in the 70s, for some of us a little bit older, 80s, 90s. If we were reading comic books, you know, the cooler kids, maybe the jocks, they were the ones that were shoving us in lockers or beating us up because you're a nerd. You read the comic books. It didn't take until Iron Man coming out where all of a sudden it's on backpacks. You had Spider-Man on backpacks from, you know, cartoon shows of the era, but it was that movie breaking through, and it felt like it was almost an independent film because they had enough time to invest in making it. So the special effects were great, the story was spot on, but then much like, you know, the Superman Quest for Peace, where it's not a movie anymore, we're making a cash cow. We need to make sure that this gravy train keeps on rolling. So special effects aren't quite there yet, but that's fine because at least people are maybe wearing the t-shirts, getting the backpacks, getting the lunch boxes, getting the merch, the stuff that sells. And it's starting to affect the comics to an extent, up to and including Marvel, mostly because they can't make it past about 10 issues. I think
they're
this
struggling
week
how to take that MCU success and
they
transfer
keep
it.
trying synergy, but the synergy doesn't last longer than 10 issues. Or they finish a series and then release the comic book, where by that time it's kind of fizzled out for people that might have been interested to begin with.
I think it's a Marvel problem, though. That's more than the synergy. I think that. I mean, obviously, this is going off topic, but I think Marvel just doesn't have the confidence in the creators right now, and they are they're focusing.
Well, they're
on
not paying
renumbering.
their creators. Their pay rates are way lower than DC.
Well, they're focusing on renumbering to get somebody back with the number one than giving somebody long form storytelling.
Well, they can't pay the talent what they want to be paid.
That's why you get who just signed a DC exclusive? Denise Camp.
Yeah.
They're all moving to
Is it
DC
Dennis
because
or
they
is it
have.
Denise?
Yeah, Dennis Camp is moving to DC as an exclusive. And earlier today, or maybe it was even yesterday, my time is a little screwy, Chip Zdarsky is now going to be on Avengers, spinning out from this Armageddon event. So at least they know the creators they want to keep. He'll still be able to make other things, I'm sure, that might have a carve out, but otherwise, this is the reason why we're seeing a lot of foreign creators, because it's kind of hard to go against the company when you're in another country.
Well, a piece of it
they'll just
is
use blind bags and they'll make it all up.
a piece of it is arguably is you have a leadership group within DC that actually understands and enjoys the comics.
They also understand mass market appeal, which
Well-
Marvel does not right now.
So a very good case in point, the DC Compact editions. These things are getting sold like crazy. every time I'm in the shop, I see some kid who, like, that kid's never been in here before, comes in and buys another compact edition, right? You know what I don't see going is the Marvel version. It's $5 more. It's a little bit bigger of a size. Marvel doesn't get what really is selling that. Yes, it's the $10 price, but even more than the $10 price, it's a reading format that kids are into and are already used to because it perfectly matches the vast majority of manga. Okay.
Yep. They're used to that format.
They're used to the format. So now you got a larger book. It costs more. Why would they try it out? They can get a $10 book. Oh, it's got Batman in it. Hell yeah, I'll read Batman. People used to complain all the time about Batman. Well, where do I start? Number 1 in 1941, or number 1 from 2016, or number 1 from 2020, or number 1. People don't give. I do not hear kids saying that when it comes to those compact comics. They walk up, they're like, "Ooh, this one has Batman."
Yep.
And picks it up and walks away. They don't care what number it is.
It's Long Halloween is self-contained stories, even if it's part of like American Vampire. It's the first chapter of something where if you like it, you might try it out. It's kind of like drugs, folks. Hey,
and
you like that first
like
bit?
Old farts like us, we shake our fists at it, and you're not trying to share their stuff. I'm sorry, I'm doing my cranky old man all day today, but every one of us here in this panel is the same way. How many of you get irritated when they like change the spine of one of the
my God, murder
it's
them.
The same thing.
I'm fine with all of it. I'm actually the easy goer out of all y'all.
Miracle is exactly right.
I'm the same way. I don't care. I just want the content in the book. That's what I want.
But some do. That's the point. And Miracleman is exactly right. These kids see it. It's in manga size. They're used to reading those manga. And so that is immediately attracted to them.
And also affordable.
It'll fit on their shelf and look the same as everything else that they've got.
I think affordability is huge too.
I believe one of the biggest problems comics has had all along in achieving a new audience is packaging. How they're packaging their product, right? And you don't want to cut it so cheap that you can't pay anybody nothing but peanuts, right? But they've long needed to find a format to reach a wider audience, and these compact comics are nailing it. Every single LCS in my area, except for like, obviously, there's a couple that really don't. They're not selling them, and I'm like, you're stupid. But every shop that sells them, I ask them every time I go in, and they're like, I can't keep them in the store. The display is always wiped out. You know, now perception-wise, from a retail perspective, you look at a display that's wiped out as a customer, you go, oh, that's not selling because it's wiped out, right? Even though the reality is it's wiped out because people are buying them like crazy. These retailers, I'm telling you, one thing that you never want to do is, particularly in the retail space for comics, is overbuy. I'm telling you right now, if you own an LCS and you are not buying enough compact books to keep your display full at all times, you are missing out on money. That hands down.
Possible new customers.
Right. Yeah. Double whatever you're ordering. If it's wiped out by the time you get your next order of those in, then you need to order double.
Yeah. Whatever
that number is, you need to order double. You should be sitting on those. Those are classic stories. They're always going to be interesting. You're always going to be able to sell them. And that's why DC went with them, because they're their best selling stories.
Yeah. To circle it back to conventions, Heroes Con feels a little bit like self-indulgent, to be honest, because I think in that I know there's not a lot of us older comic fans, like, and it was so catering to us as 40s, 50s, older comic book fans. But I reveled in it. It was an amazing time. And I really enjoy that there is an experience like that out there, but I wouldn't expect it like across the country. I guess is why I'm considering more self-indulgent,
Yeah, it just makes it that much more special. Well, when there's just a couple of them out there.
But I got to give Heroes Con props, because although that's definitely their front and center, they did an amazing job. This is my first one, so I don't know what the other ones are like. They did an amazing job of having the top of the top current creators, as well as the old school guys. So you got your Roy Thomases, your Chris Claremonts, your Art Adams. But I mean, having Hayden Sherman, Nick Dragotta, Scott
Absolute.
Snyder, Brett
Yeah,
Bean,
all the
you're
absolute
getting like
people.
the top guys right now. Was very impressive.
And that's why I think they had record numbers, is because of those creators. That's where the lines were. I mean, that's where the lines like wrapped around. I mean, yes, there were some for the older creators, but those
I mean,
other
Walton
ones were
Weezy had a
insane.
line going across the convention hall all weekend, and I'm like,
which is great, because a few years back I walked right up to them. Like
yeah.
they were on a corner booth. They didn't even have a segwated thing, and there was like nobody there, and I got like books signed, got to talk to them, which is amazing. That's what Heroes Con used to be like, the traffic. Like there wasn't hardly anybody there.
Yeah, I had a great time. So I hope my dogs aren't getting pick up on my mic because they're being really annoying.
We don't care. It's all good.
You have two? Or
I have two. Oh, you want to see my other? He's my grumpy old
I
man.
didn't see your other one.
See a
see
pet
that
on
dog.
screen?
So this is my min pin.
Yes,
His name is Oliver Queen.
You
And
dork.
he is a min pin and the most min piniest. Anybody who knows min pins know that they're grumpy little shits, but they're also very sweet and you love them.
Oh, he's a sweetie pie.
He's a little shit, but I love him. He's my little shit.
He's good even when he's bad.
So the moral of the story is that pop culture shows have their place. They serve a purpose. I mean, they give a lot of the younger folks and the moms who watched Three's Company as a kid an excuse to take their kids.
Hey, I watched Three's Company. What are you talking about?
Well, and there are plenty
I
of
love
moms.
that show.
There are plenty of moms your age who wouldn't go to that show until they found out that somebody from their favorite 70s sitcom was there, and so the kids talked him into going. So those
Joyce
are in there.
DeWitt is the only one left, right? I mean, I think
yeah,
so.
I think so. But
think so.
I just, that was the first sitcom that from the 70s that popped into my head. But there is a strategy involved in a lot of those 70s TV actors and the kid actors. It's to drag the parents in just as much as it is to drag us old 50-somethings in
Like
who
a
watch it
Pixar
as a
movie.
kid, like you.
Yeah, they definitely cover their metrics. They look for
without a
cross
doubt.
appeal.
Whereas again with Heroes Con, breaking the broken record here, but they know their audience, they know who they pull, and say they don't have to do that kind of stuff because they know they're going to get people like me who bring, a fat sweaty wad of cash in there who's going to spend stuff on back issues and don't really care about, I don't know, Gil Gerard or somebody like that.
I usually trickle in late, and this was the first year, even on a Sunday, I had to wait in line. Like, I usually just walk right in. They don't have a line, which was very bizarre.
Yeah, it was interesting. So I have friends who went to Heroes Con that the FOMO got strong. They're in line at 5 a.m, my friends. I'm like, why are you there so early? There's like 4 people with you. Kevin gave me a little tip that, you know what, absolutely works. And that is with VIP. I don't know about regular, but with VIP, if you stroll in like 15 minutes before, or heaven forbid, 5 minutes after, they don't get far ahead of you. They're like, you just walk right in.
Yeah, I usually go 30 minutes after it opens.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
I'm so relaxed. I don't get stressed. I don't get in the long lines.
If you don't get that FOMO and you're like, I got to see Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I went through that in my 30s, and now as I get older in my 50s, my priorities have changed. Like
I tell you what, and I don't want to speak for Vinson, but I bought a VIP ticket for the first time this year, and I will never go in regular again. I think the VIP is absolutely worth it at Heroes Con. It's not that much more expensive, but from an old man perspective and sort of what's the right word the convenience that the VIP ticket gives you is absolutely worth the extra money for me. I can't speak for y'all.
To go in early, or what does it give you that I'm not aware of?
It gives
Besides
you
this, which you gave me.
So
Kevin gave me his print.
I did.
Garcia Lopez print.
Well, now I'm not
he didn't want it.
Go ahead, Vincent. Tell
I bought the plastic, and then I went and got Steve Bryant to give me a Rocketeer. So
nice. I was gonna just basically agree with Kevin here on this. It gives you an hour early access to the show floor, and as I was saying, if you just if show floor time's at 10 and you show up at 9:05, let all those real diehards wait in line for hours, come on in. I mean, I was strolling up to every single creator, and you know what? The guy who waited a few hours in line, he might have gotten like front in line. I was like 10th in line, like for the big creators, and totally worth the time. I had to wait the longest was for Walt and Wheezy, and that was more had to do with issues that they were dealing with to get to the con on time. And I had a sunken cost fallacy at that point where I'm like, I'm in line for an hour. I'm not moving. I'm staying. It ended up being
every day it was every day it was 45 minutes after the doors open for the regular ticket holders, and there was still a line. Not everybody was in yet. And
but you will see some of the creators show up late.
They do.
You will.
They do.
So Friday they're usually on time, and then they party on Friday night. They show up late Saturday, and they show up late Sunday. It's just historically
Well, some of us do
what
that
I've seen.
Bring them crackers, bring them ginger ale, because that will help with their hangovers.
That's right.
I mean, first day I wanted, because I had my heavy hardcover. I'll show in a bit. So I wanted to knock out JLGL right away. Jose was just chilling. His handler's chilling. They're drinking coffee. I come up. He can't hear very well. He's getting older. But it was just so pleasant to be around that man. He can he can't speak very loudly. But oh my gosh, just a delight. And then I beeline for Charles Vess, and because no one was coming up because it's the VIP hour and he was setting up. He let me talk to him for like 10 minutes. I don't know. It was great. I'm just sitting there like heaping praise. I mean, who doesn't like to be like complimented nonstop, right? It's like, yes, tell me more. Thank you. That extra hour was just really fun to scope out who was on the floor early enough and just have a little bit of extra time with them. So I liked it. Does anybody want to show off stuff, or do we want to keep talking about this?
I want to show off stuff.
And I want to see what y'all got, especially from the show. And I know that everyone's got something except me. So I'm going to just throw the dice here. Let's see. Hey, Michael, did you get anything? No, you tell me the next person. So
I want to see Mike's
on the screen.
Mike,
I'm going to defer until the end for my
All right,
HeroesCon stuff, just for the simple fact that I have done a video already that posted on Wednesday about the stuff I got. So some people maybe have seen it already. So I'll let Omactivate and Vincent go first.
Okay, so this is a Jim Rugg thing I heard about from previous cons. I wanted to get a copy of it, but it's like a history of adult comics. So he just put together that, and he did the cover, but what it is it's a collection of like all the different, it's not 100% comprehensive, but it has a good portion of adult comics in here. So this is something that's right up Miracleman's alley. You can get it on the Power Pulp website or on the Jim Rugg's website. He did the same exact thing for 1986. So this is like a collection of ads and placements and all different kinds of magazines about comics in the year 1986. And I actually love this kind of stuff. So like you will see like, things like this.
It's like the in-house ad stuff.
Yeah, in-house ad stuff, which is wonderful. But you get like, look at that, Fat Ninja. Woo!
Yeah, look at that.
So like, those people that got Chris Silver stuff, you have a whole article on that. So like, I really dig that stuff. And,
man. Yeah,
also from Jim Rugg.
So good.
Yeah. Silver Wolf and what was the other one? I forget.
Well, his next one was Greater Mercury.
Yeah, Greater Mercury Comics. True Crime Funnies is also from Jim Rugg, so I wanted to get that. This one was interesting. I went to go talk to Adam Freeman, who used to work at Valiant, and he had Fred Van Lente next to him. And I was talking to him about his magazine that he puts out, which is the Comics Magazine, which had a Power Pulp article in it. And Fred Van Lente was like, do you read the new Valiant? And I said, yes, I'm sticking with it. I'll be with Valiant till the day I die. And he basically signed these over to me, personalized them, and gave them to me on the last day. So those were exclusive covers. That was pretty cool. Some of the back issues I got, I'm like 4 issues away from getting my Spawn collection complete. I sometimes drop out of Spawn when it became really low print runs, which is the bad. And I got my one more issue of Jungle Action, and now I only need the last issue to go, and I'll have completed Jungle Action. This is
Oh, I know that
Sure.
one.
This is Sure Shot's first appearance. So
Yeah.
pick that up. I went to a vendor that I went to last before, and on Sunday I bought $500 worth of books, and he gave me them for $400. So he cut me a good deal. This one, I got the second appearance of the Metal Men from that same booth.
Nice.
This is a series I absolutely love because I watched it.
In syndication a
Dobie
long
Gillis,
time.
yeah. I watched it in syndication and learned all my moves for my wife that I needed to learn in Dobie Gillis. Another issue of Metal Men that I needed to get. This one I've never had an issue of, but it was
Ooh.
DC and I went for it.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels.
I like the covers for that series. I haven't
Yeah.
seen the insides of any.
Working on my showcase. So I
Hey,
got
we're
2 more
competing for the
issues
same stuff at this show, weren't we?
of showcase.
You guys were competing.
Oh, when I show you my stack, he's gonna go, God damn it.
An issue of Bob Hope. I'm always after these, as well as the Jerry Lewis, the Adventures of Jerry Lewis.
Those went for a long time too. There's a lot of issues to grab.
Yeah, and
There are.
supposedly Jerry Lewis didn't like the idea that he was in the comics, and he made some agreement that they could never be reprinted. So I guess until it goes into public domain, we'll never see a reprint of this stuff.
Kind of like trying to find that Wonder Woman in the white. Difficult to find from that era of that book.
Yeah. Tippy Teen. Another DC type of Archie type book is Leave It to Binky. So I picked that up.
You find the most random books, Mike.
Well, I people ask me like, what are you targeting? I say, what am I not targeting? Whatever strikes my eye, and I think people that have seen me on this show know that I like Black Hawk. This is a really pristine copy. And then I discovered magazines from Power Pulp, and this, this is what the art looks like inside. I really dug what I saw. And I picked up several of them. These ones, if you like the New Gods, you might like the Galaxy Gods.
Yeah, you posted that on Blue Sky today. Yeah. I was like, that's very Jack Kirby inspired.
I read this one. Very New Gods inspired.
Yeah.
This one is Out of Its World Crazy. I read it on the plane and I was like, wow, the art is pretty doggone nice, but it is kind of bloody. You got this guy, Frankenstein guy, beating the heck out of a sheep, fighting a guy with a sword.
As one does.
It happens.
And this is another one. I just stylistically, I love this stuff. Like I really, it talks to me because it's so in your face dynamic. And then this Kickstarter came in. This is a Margot Peapoy cover, and that's why I got it. But I'm not going to go into the dollar bin ones, so I could let other people to go, talk about their books.
Oh,
All
yeah.
good.
Plenty of time tonight. You want to go, Vin?
Sure.
All right.
So we talked about this the last time I was on the stream. I love signatures, so that's like my thing. I'm an extrovert, and what's nice about that is, some people will just shuffle in and you just get your signature. You don't want to know what to say. I absolutely love that experience of hanging out, even if it's 30 seconds. I absolutely just love hanging out with the creator, a tidbit or something that I love about them. And so, really, signatures was my focus. I only did 4 pickups at Heroes Con, other than getting my own stuff signed. I was
What the
very
fuck?
targeted. Yeah, I was very targeted. I was very looking for, and there were good ones. Don't get me wrong, but I was really focused. So to start that off, I did a lot of like focusing on multiple signatures, but I also, there was a few that I just couldn't resist. I had to.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. So
Oh,
this
that's
is Jenny
pretty.
Prison. Again, I really like that small moment that you can have with the creator. I could spend multiple hours of the show, so I'm going to try to keep it truncated. But like an experience like this, I think is a good example. The people that she signed before me, there was 3 of them who were particularly smelly, doing the stereotype, unfortunately. But they had like 6, 7 copies of each book, obvious flippers, And I come up with this, and this is a random issue of Something is Killing Children. I actually have her variants for like the early issues that are worth a lot of money, but like this one, I was like, hey, thank you. You're why I got this series. And it's because it's like she was doing variants, and she was very, very sweet, very kind about it. It was just a good interaction. I saw Mike Grell at Heroes Con. I had to have him sign this. He inked Dave Cockrum. This is Superboy 202. There's a signature right in the middle. Big Mike Iron Mike is on his health journey still. So absolutely, I was like, his signature cost is higher than most at the con, but I decided it was worth it. He definitely is doing on the rebound, and so I just wanted to make sure to support him.
Plus,
I've
he's
met
got
him
a
like,
cool signature.
he does, and I've met him like 5 or 6 times. And guys, this is the first time I've had him sign Green Arrow #1. I was like looking through my collection. I'm like, what hasn't he signed yet? I'm like, oh, maybe #1, his main book that he's ever done. So I had him sign this one too.
What did he say? What, kid, you didn't have a warlord?
I always call, every time I see him, I always call him Mr. Grell, and then he always looks at me and goes, kid, always call me Mike. And I always revert back. I'm like, I can't help it. A little starry-eyed when it comes to him. An absolute gem of a gentleman was Joe Staten. I had him sign the Hulks. He's famous for DC, Power Girl, Huntress, but I just love the way he inked Sal
Green
Buscema.
Lantern.
Yeah. So this one in particular, it was funny. He said that and again, I just love those little tidbits you get from creators. He started flipping open this book and he was telling me how the inside team at Marvel had to correct his work because he kept forgetting to put all the scales on the Abomination on the interiors. So he's like, oh yeah, this one, and then he like went to multiple pages, like, yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I also had him sign issue 200. It's a classic, and I love the way he just signed within the logo. I thought it was really great. Really nice guy. Met Al Milgram. Al Milgram I'm a big fan. He is quite the character, and
he's a very fascinating person to talk to.
He's so funny.
He is so funny and
Yeah.
like an extrovert.
I had him
too.
sign this one because he inked Jack Kirby. I was like, "What's it like to have inked Jack Kirby?" And he said he loved this cover so much that he did a ROM variant for IDW to homage this cover because he couldn't get it out of his mind and how much he loved this cover. And I'm like, "That's so cool." I was gonna have Mike Friedrich sign this too, but he kept going back to his hotel to take naps because he's like in his 90s or something. So he's the right writer for this one. I was hoping to get a double signature, but it's all good. I also had Al sign Hulk 320. I thanked him for this book because John Byrne left at 319 suddenly, no notice. He had all these story seeds that John Byrne had left, and he picked up the pieces and he did a great job. And I thanked him for that, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm glad you liked it." Was his
Oh,
like, "Oh, okay." I also was complimentary on this one, Hulk 330. He signed it there. He inked an early Todd McFarlane, and I told him how much I liked like the new kids coming in and that complimentary inks of someone like his style. I thought it was just a fun marriage of the two. I like Kevin. I'm a huge D-list villain fan, so I had Al Milgram sign Defender 17. Ron Wilson penciled this. He inked it. Fun with this one was I put this in front of Al, and he's like, "No one." Al says to me, "No one's ever brought this book to me to sign before. I did not work on it." And I was like, I thought he was joking, but he was dead serious, and he pushed the book back towards me a little bit. And I'm like, you inked the cover. He looks at it, he's like, "Yeah, that kind of does look like my inking style." I'm like, okay. But yeah, I got so many. I'm gonna skip a couple. I love this one. It's it's a big key. It's one of the few keys that I made sure to bring. I had Larry Hama sign this in 2023. He put the year. But I had Klaus Jansen and Steve Lealoha.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was there.
I think you're going to need one of these.
Yeah.
Warning, 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 warning. Banger alert, banger alert.
Guys, if you have the chance to meet Steve, he is almost too nice. I will say I had just dodged a bad experience because 3 people in front of me brought a whole like roller cart worth of books for Steve to sign, and he didn't say no. And the people in front of me waited 45 minutes for this man. So I got lucky because I like rolled up and like, how long y'all been waiting? And they go 45 minutes, and it took 4 minutes for me.
Wow.
So but it's hard to be mindful of that stuff at a convention. Hey, can you go to the side? Wait. I wish more creators would do that. Klaus Jansen was amazing. I'm envious of all the students that he's taught over the years at art school. I'm again D-lister fan. I had Jim Shooter sign this right before he passed, and so Klaus, I need you to sign this thing. I love Paladin. Paladin is stupid in all the best ways. They were figuring out anti-heroes with a character like this, and I just love Paladin. So we had a nice couple-minute long conversation about Paladin and how cool he is. So and failed potential of Marvel not knowing how to write him. Marvel Secret Wars #1 had Tom DeFalco sign this. Shooter again last time I met him. John Beatty last time. A lot of times, I just want to get multiple creators when I can. Tom DeFalco also. I don't need a banger alert on this one. I know this is a common key, but it was cool to get him to sign #8 also. Jim Starlin. I love his work, but there's certain things that he's done that don't get as much attention. This is one of my favorite Hulk issues of all time. If you are a Hulk fan, if you love Immortal Hulk, this is in a lot of ways an issue that started Hulk with horror. And so Ernie Chan did this cover, but he did all the interiors. It's a great issue 222.
Was that the one with the 2 kids in the cave? Or
Yep,
Yeah,
it is. It's a horror issue.
I remember that issue.
Yeah, Len Wein does an amazing one shot with this, and Starlin filled in on the issue. It's fantastic.
Did you call him Len Wein?
Ween? Wine?
Ween?
Len Wein?
Len Wein.
I read these things, guys. I'm new to live streaming. I haven't had to say these names out loud, so please correct. Is it what is it? What is it?
I always thought wine, but I could be wrong.
I always thought it was Ween.
Ween.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how I
We have a new
pronounced it.
debate on this show.
And if I ever say one, Sienkiewicz is obviously hard to say, but if I ever say any, just let me know.
I even think that one you're a bit off. It's Sienkiewicz.
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 You're all wrong. You're all wrong.
What
It's
is it?
Sienkiewicz.
Oh,
Kevin,
That's what
I don't
thought.
think you.
Kevin.
I don't think you have to nod your head
Sink
forward when you say it, Doc.
Kevin.
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 Emphasis
Sink
on the second
Kevin.
syllable.
I have to give Rob here a little bit of props. I was talking trash. Oh, actually, we've all talked trash to about Roy Thomas. And
Oh, yeah,
the
fuck Roy
whole
Thomas.
Wolverine thing.
Mm-hmm.
So meeting Roy, man, the man is. I don't remember his age. It's 90s.
I love that guy.
Needs money.
He not only does he need money, but he's older and like it's your legacy means a lot when you're that old, right? I had him sign this. This is actually Roy's very first superhero script for Marvel.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I
That
said
is
fuck
cool.
Roy Thomas, but I did mean that as a joke, by the way, everybody. I don't want any pitchforks or hate mail sent to the show, but if you're going to send it, make sure you
You can
send it to
send hate
not
mail
near
to
me.
P.O. Box.
I will say I'm with you, Miracleman, and that I was kind of like the whole Wolverine debacle, but he's getting old. He's got his legacy.
That's
I'm not saying-
honestly, you want to know what I honestly think that is? Like no bullshit. The man's worried about his family. He knows he doesn't have long.
Yeah.
He wants to get it in now so that he can make sure his family is getting residuals after he's gone.
Yep.
Yep.
All about the
I
family.
completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Here's my very first DC issue I bought other
Beautiful.
than Crisis. And
Beautiful.
everyone died. And Roy, I told Roy that this was my first DC issue other than Crisis. And he goes, everyone died in this one, right? I'm like, yeah, I know. Can we figure that out real quick? Thanks.
Not
Thanks,
only
Roy.
that, that's a tough one to be your first DC book, man. that is so deep on lore in that one issue. It expects you to know so much.
I know, but Kid Me loved that. I love that challenge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So John Romita Jr. I did the VIP event. Again, I'm gonna probably stop it after my signatures and let everyone, and then like maybe circle back if we have time. My very first comic I ever bought off a spinner rack. I had to have him sign it, right? Thrash to Hell is the original. Thanking him for getting me into comics. Also, I had him. This is the very next issue. Him sign it. John Beatty signed it, and he was telling me how John actually specifically requested for him to ink this cover, which was kind of cool, But then John sounded a little bitter because he's like, back then Marvel's deal was inkers only got the cover every third artwork, and John only had him do 2, and then he didn't get a third, so he didn't get the original.
That's an awful story.
I got Tom DeValco to sign this, had to get JRJR, and I brought this specifically to the VIP event because he worked with his dad on this. He worked with his dad on this to the point where it's co-artist credits because they were literally inking and penciling each other on all the pages.
That's beautiful.
And it was really nice. You can tell John loved his dad, and this was just a wonderful issue. And have him talk about it. And I got really lucky with John because the VIP event kind of sucked because there was too many people in the room, but me and my friend were the last ones, and that ended up being sucked to wait, but then it ended up being really great because no one else was in the room, and we talked to him for way longer than everyone else did, which was kind of awesome. I got surprisingly emotional talking to him about this book. I've talked about it in the past. This book was just really instrumental in my childhood because it made me realize that superheroes could be alcoholics, not just my family. But I was talking to him about this book, and it was so nice to me. I did not expect to get emotional, and he was just like, he shook my hand and he said, "I'm glad that I had such an impact on you as a kid." I'm like, come on, man. I'm already a big fan. You're making me a bigger fan.
But stuff like that you'll remember for a long time.
Yeah, it was great. All right, I'm gonna skip to again, I'm skipping stuff, but I'm gonna skip to ones to highlight a few that I really did target, not to the point that Kevin did, but I tried to target a bunch of creators that could sign something all at once. So I got Rick Leonardi, Al Milgrom, Ralph Macchio, and Nesenti. I might have pointed in the wrong order, but all of them signing this one book because they all had their hands on it. Rick Leonardi had a portfolio in this issue. Marvel Anverse was drawn by Al Milgrom and all about Andesenti. So this is just a fun little book. Having Andesenti, guys, if you have a chance, Michael's got a guest star.
What's going on over there, Mike?
Andesenti was an absolute delight.
I love her. I love her. I went to her panel. She was fantastic.
She
What
was very
the-
like just
We
Cat
got
butt.
all we see his tail.
we got a part of him. Oh, there you go.
That's my kind of woman.
Another one I want to highlight on just big. So this one was a lot of fun because
Ooh.
I don't know if I can get it. It's not even in like Mylar. You might be able to tell this thing is wrinkled and water damaged because I bought this in 1984. Bought it on my bike off the spinner rack, riding it home, and I dropped it in a puddle because I was trying to race home to read this amazing cover. I was like, oh my God, this book is amazing. I have to read it. And I dropped it right in a puddle. And having them sign this, like all wrinkly, and telling every creator the story was fun. And every
That's
one of
great.
them loved it. So signed by Joe Rubenstein, Ron Friends, Tom DeFalco, and Charles Vess on the side. This is going to be like just a treasure in my collection now.
That's
I
awesome.
really wanted to. Can I resell this? I mean, not for what it's worth to me, right? So really what it's about for signatures. So I just really had a good time with that. All right, just two or three more. I love this one, the new Fantastic Four. I've been getting signatures on this one here and there for a while. Art Adams signed this back in like 2014 maybe. Having Ralph Macchio, Al Milgrom, who did inks on this, and obviously Walt Simonson going right over that logo. I just really had a good time with having all of them sign this fun book. And then this annual here, Andesenti went across the swing, which of Majolner, which I really love. So I asked Walt to do the same along the bottom. Art Adams signed this in 2014. Chris Claremont signed this at ECCC. Just a great issue. And then to have everybody pretty much that's involved with this getting their signature on it. Again, these are not treasures to my collection now. And I just really love it. I'm going to end it with Walt Simonson's line was long. He took the time to walk down when he was late. He said, "I'm sorry" to every single person in line, which was all the way down the convention hall, and took an extra 30 minutes. But I kind of, in the moment, I was kind of pissed, but it's like kind of charming at the same time. So I had Chris Claremont sign this bad boy. This is just like Rob and many others. This is a detached cover or detached center. I'm sorry. So I was hesitant to get this signed, but you know what? They were all there. I couldn't resist. I've owned this since '87 or whatever. So Chris Claremont, Wheezy signing, and then I had Walt do a remark. So look at that Cyclops sketch on there, guys.
That's pretty great. That's pretty great.
This is it's my copy. No other copy is like it kind of a thing now at this point. I just absolutely love it. That's my signature extravaganza.
Hell yeah. All right, who wants to go next? Miracleman?
Yeah, I always
follow up on that, Miracleman.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to show filth and porn, so I'll catch a different type of audience.
Get that corn button ready.
So, speaking of filth and porn, let's get things started right.
And that was great timing there, Michael.
Right?
Speaking of the filth and porn.
This guy's trying to, beat me out to it. What the hell? So, I picked up a couple of Golden Age books. Well, they're not really gold. I guess maybe it depends on how you define gold. and Silver. I define Silver Age
1954?
starting. No. I just thought, no, come on, God damn it, Vincent. Showcase number 4. That's the beginning of the Silver Age, in my opinion, right? So it's, some people say it's FF1 because it's when Marvel started. I think that's tomfoolishness. But I got some very early Silver. I'll put it that way. And one of them was the one I'm most excited about. This High School Romance number 57. This is a Joe Simon and Jack Kirby cover.
Wow.
Now, I couldn't care less about anything that's actually in the book. How many people get to own a Joe Simon and Jack Kirby cover?
Apparently you, Miracleman.
Apparently me. I'm a lucky sumbitch. And then I got, that's from 58. This one's from 59. My Own Romance number 65. This has Matt Baker interior pencil.
That's awesome.
Right. You know what I love about romance comics? Most people have no idea about them. So if you really pay attention, this one right here, Joe Simon cover, Kirby pencils inside. That one's from 59 as well.
Right.
Young Romance. And here's another one from 58, another Young Romance. That's another Joe Simon cover. Now, look, if you really, you got to dig when you find these. But if you find these books, first of all, you see these prices. This is from a guy who,
didn't care.
It's not that he didn't care. I mean, he priced these fair. The prices on romance comics, they're not what they were.
Oof.
Right? When you can find them. I mean, these aren't high-grade copies.
Still.
Right? A $14 for a Matt Baker comic.
Right.
It's obscene, right? That's an obscenely low price. But let's be honest, unless you have a guy who likes romance comics, you're not going to sell these. It doesn't matter.
The interest is on the same level of trains and stamps.
Exactly right.
Grandpa.
Exactly right. You got guys who want them, but they want high grade. They want high grade. That's what they're buying. That's what they're dropping the heavy bucks on, right? So I got those same weekend. This was last weekend. All this came. I picked up right after between Saturday and Sunday last week. Check it out. I've been looking for it for a while. Marvel Team Up number 74 with the entire.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, baby.
I would have hated that issue back then.
At the time, right.
So fun now.
At the time. I also, in honor of our fine and fantastic Lady Fantastic, picked up 2 copies. I can't find the other one at the moment. Of the final issue of Classics Illustrated. Can't remember if I showed that last week or not.
Yep,
She's
but
very
still
proud of
great.
you.
That's all right. I got one for my man, Mr. Mint. Let's just keep the good times rolling. Speaking of Matt Baker, this is a Silver Age reprint of a Golden Age Matt Baker Phantom Lady story. It's Daring Adventures number 12. Okay. This Super Comics IW Enterprises, they printed a bunch of these in, I think it was 61 to 63. They did war, they did romance, they did some superhero, not a ton. This was Phantom Lady. They did Green Llama. They did, who else did they do? They did a bunch of lesser known superheroes at the time. I don't know how they printed these. I don't know if they bought a print shop and they were there. I don't know I got to look into this more. But these are very affordable, and you can get some. These are first time Golden Age reprints because of it happening in the Silver Age.
Looks great though. That cover looks great.
A fantastic cover.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
the
Fantastic
publisher on that reprint?
Super Comics or IW Enterprises. If you
Okay.
look up here, it just says Super Comics,
Comics, yeah.
right? But if you look in the indicia, it says IW Enterprises.
Okay.
To me, it looks like a 1990s Image comic just from the design. But wow, 60s.
Robbie
It
beat
looks
me
like
to it. I was going to say,
Chuck
it looks like a
Lemire
90s comic
Anthony,
homaging
yeah.
60s comics.
It does,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No, this is really great. I was really happy to finally get my hands on one. I've been looking for it for a while. There's another one from them that is Phantom Lady, except they changed her color scheme on the cover. I did, actually. It does look shiny, doesn't it?
Could eat
Yeah,
off it.
Mr. Clean stopped by and cleaned the child for you.
Right. So stop judging me, bitches.
I just
So
assumed you're sitting on your bathroom floor. That's always what I thought.
so you know, there's another one. They change your color scheme. That one's really expensive. I don't know why that one's so much more expensive, but it's much more difficult to get. Moving into modern age, check that beauty out. Right. Superman Adventures. I've been trying to put that run together for a while. What a segue, right? Silver Age to this. I've been trying to put that run together for a while. It's a really good series. They're harder to find in high grade because, you know, kids comics. Yeah, but they're a lot of fun, and it's definitely a challenge to put together a high grade run. But I think I'm up to that their challenge. Now we're going to step back a little bit further back into the Bronze Age once again. 1975, Vicky #4 from Atlas Comics.
Nice. I still need one or two of those.
I need two. Now. This one's womped, but I don't care. I only paid $5 for it. These are really hard to find.
They're very hard to find.
Irony here. All of Vicky are reprints. Every single Vicky story is a reprint. That is the only title that is not new material. It's all reprints of Tippy Teen.
There you go.
Which
all sees cat
stop showing me that cat's anus. And I got to look more into the detail. You can see right there very clearly the same young lady. Tippy Teen, published by Tower. Same publisher of Undersea Agent and Thunder Agents. That was their teen romance book back in the day. It's kind of weird that they're so expensive, but there they are. Speaking of Silver Age weird publishers,
Mike's got a Tippy Teen right there.
There she is. I love those Tippy Teens, Mike. I love those, man. That's another one I'm shooting. Tippy and Bunny.
I have Jigsaw #1. How long did that series go?
I think 3 issues.
Okay.
Harvey Superheroes. It was the Harvey Superhero stuff was weird. Didn't last very long. But here's the thing. If you didn't know, I'm going to tell you. Bob Kamen, Jack Kirby, Joe Simon, big heavy hitter names worked on the Harvey Superhero line. Okay, so if you find these, okay, yeah, they suck. But, I mean, by modern standards, they're standard Silver Age fare, but they're a little bit of a step up story-wise. They're really weird characters. Jigsaw, the Daring Bee. There's a bunch of weird ones. They're fun. They're fun books. Don't get me wrong. They're not going to be, if you're a modern comic reader, this is not the book for you.
They're forgettable but fun.
Forgettable but fun. Thank you so much. Wanted #3. I just love these covers. It's all reprint, but I just always loved these. DC had this thing in the Bronze Age where they're like, let's do stuff with villains.
Or they collected ones that were just a theme. So like you would have all guerrilla combat. Like,
right, which was fun.
They wanted to do villains with the comic code era.
Right.
Brilliant.
We should join the Tippy Teen Club.
You and me both.
Got an ad right there.
You and me both. Sticking in the Bronze Age, here we got a little Teen Titans #29. Look at that with a great Hawk and Dove cover. Here's #31. I love the covers of these. I just love them. This one's a little later. This is #45. Cover layouts have changed. Oh man, I love these. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to take it right out of the bag and board. I've had this for a while. I can't believe I haven't shown it off yet. Oh, hold on. Stand by. There we go. Almost had a tape disaster. This is Superman #252. It's one of the 100 pagers.
I need that still. Great issue.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
You need a clear backer board for that, right, Kevin?
Mm-hmm.
I might actually
Black Condor. Woo!
I might actually buy it for this one. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing. These square bounds, as you fine gentlemen and purveyors of comics are well aware, very difficult to find in high grade. This one was pretty decent. Getting real close to finishing my original Justice League run off. This was one of the bigger books I needed from the early middle of the run. Justice League of America #70.
Creeper.
Got that Creeper issue. Another one that I have one. I don't know how I didn't have this one. I had the first part and the second part. I didn't have the third part. Showcase number 84 with Nightmaster. Right. So Nightmaster was involved in Primal Force in the 90s. He later showed up in Shadow Pact. They've tried to reuse him a few times. I think he's dead now, and his sword is owned, and the bar is owned by Detective Chimp. I could be wrong. Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 55. You guys know I love the Lois and Jimmy books. They're just Silver Age ridiculousness. And this one actually has its own Earth. If you look online, there's a guy who's trying to do, this is number 55 there. This guy's trying to like name each alternate universe of the Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane series. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, it's non-canon, so it doesn't really matter.
Kevin would have passed that one because I can see spine ticks.
Hey, on Lois Lane, I might make exceptions. Those are hard to
Those
find.
are tough. They're tough, man. They're tough. And look, it's in Mylar. Look, see?
Oh, that makes
it
looks
crispy.
Right.
Action number 388. I had a copy, but my copy was womped. I bought it for the old copy like for $1. I forget how much I got this one for. Not much more. But check this cover out. If you're not familiar with this issue, you can see all the things that are wrong here.
Why is Superman wearing glasses?
All right. Why are they driving a red
Hey,
back?
Bizarro's driving that car.
Why is there a Streaky the Super Dog? Right. This is a great. I love this issue. I love this cover. How to get a better higher quality cover. I'm only going to do a couple more, then you can move on from me. But Adventure number 398. It's a little beat, but it's got the super pets. Look at that.
Comet, and they're dead.
I love them so much. I've always loved
Supergirl.
I don't think so. Not at this point. You stop asking about the relationship, pervert. And
hey, I'm very interested in that horse and alien female. Never mind.
Check out her horse.
Comet, super horse.
So we're gonna hold on now. I know I promised y'all filth, so we'll get there. Just give me a second. Hold on. Where is the filth actually?
What is this but not filth? Why is the corn warning not on this?
Hold on. My God, man. Okay.
It hasn't been necessary.
It hasn't as of yet. Okay, up next we have stop. You just work with me. Up next we have a couple of we're gonna do a couple oddballs, then I'll get to the filth. Okay. I have now finished Flaming Carrot Comics.
Oh, congratulations.
I needed 2 issues of the main run, 11 and 15 here. And this one, which is super tough to find, limited print run, I forget what it was, autographed by Bob Burden, Flaming Carrot Stories #1. Now, if you like Flaming Carrot, you have to have this in your collection. However, you would be one of like 9 people that are into Flaming Carrot.
I'm one of them.
They're ridiculous stories. Bob Burden is one hell of a weird guy, one hell of a weird mind. But man, fun books. How to get this
7
one?
Of you. I think you're kind of inflating that a little bit.
Okay, that might be more accurate. Metacops from Monster Comics. First of all, I knew nothing about this. I saw it in a bin. I saw this cover. There's a Zeppelin. There's a lady riding a dinosaur. There's a space alien guy that's crashed. How do you not buy this comic?
That's how I feel when I find that stuff.
You have to buy it. You have to, right?
Yeah.
You have to buy it.
If I've never seen it, I have to buy it.
Have to buy it. Same. This is why you and I end up with so many weird comics. Speaking of weird comics, Greater Mercury Collected Editions. The Greater Mercury Collected Editions, this collects the original Grips story. There are 2 versions of this, a red cover and the limited edition gold cover.
Wow.
Right? Much harder to find, not in CLZ. I don't even think it was in Comic Base, if I remember right. Okay. Hold on.
Wait. Did you use use Comic Base or CLZ?
My best friend up here uses Comic Base.
Okay, I use it too. So
I used CLZ. He swears by Comic Base. He says that's what I should switch to.
well, it is beautiful because if something happens, you have it.
Right.
Like it's not in the cloud. It's on your machine.
Right.
And on the cloud and on your phone.
Right. It's
So
everywhere. It's actually everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
All right.
I'm grandfathered in on CLZ though, so I don't pay that monthly fee.
Okay.
So it's like hard to like switch off it to anything else.
Well, that's kind of where I started a Comic Base with the floppies.
Right.
That's how long I've been there, which
There
is
you
kind
go.
of grandfathered in once you're committed.
Betty Page, Curse of the Banshee, one of the photo covers I was missing. Look how beautiful.
Does
those
anybody
lovely
know
ones.
Aaron Meyer's number to like let him know right now? Because
I should, right?
yeah.
Back in the 90s, before Betty became super famous again, a fanzine was out there called the Betty Pages. Been collecting it for years. Kind of hard to come by, right? I got issue 1. That's the second printing.
Wow.
Issue 4 and issue 5 recently. I only need one more issue to finish off the Betty Pages. They're all in this size and format. It's a black and white. It's very cheaply produced on the inside. Speaking of Betty Page,
It looks like they get bigger as they go on.
they do a little bit. The format changes a little. Speaking of Betty Page, check this out. From Steve Warren, 1990, his Christmas card. Been meaning to get my hands on one of these for a while. Finally found one. Very
There can't
happy
be that
about
many,
it.
right?
What's that?
Like, how many of those are out there?
I think he made like 1,000 of them. It's not very many. Okay. I don't want to run too long. We're going to go a little underground, then a little corn. Mean Bitch Thrills, number 1. Look at that. I got to take pictures of an interiors for my friend Lurdog on the internet. So I keep forgetting to send it to him. He asked
Send
me
it
for
to
it.
me too, if you can.
Yeah, you got it. Some great black and white stuff on there. Thrilling Muck Duck Comics. Number 1. Check that one out. This one's really cool. This is from Ripoff Press. Fire Sale. This was a benefits comic. It's got a ton of creators in there. If you can find it, this is the world's best con book. Okay? It's everybody from Larry Wells to like, I think even Kevin Eastman's in here.
He was at the con, by the way. He was at Heroes Con.
Larry?
Yeah.
Larry was? Oh, that's
Yes,
great.
he was.
And usually he's in like Albuquerque or in that area.
Yeah.
Those cons.
Yeah.
And he was at Heroes Con, I think, for the first time
That's
I've
cool.
seen him.
Second year. He was here last year.
Oh, was he?
But
I didn't
yeah,
see him last
He
year.
was here.
Good Jive Comics, number 1, published by Pooh Bear Publications.
I don't know if you know this, but there's nipples on that cover.
There's Nurple. Here we have, this is from, now we're going to get into the corn. The Blonde. I think this is number two of the original 3-issue miniseries. This is a book where this superheroine-esque lady ties up her enemies. Last issue I needed of Wally Wood's Canon. Finally finished that.
Beautiful.
Great book. Great series. Betty in Bondage, annual number 1. Tio Giannelli did a whole bunch of Betty books. He did Betty May, which was a 2 issues, very cheaply produced. Then he did Betty in Bondage, which was like an 8-issue series. I think I only need one more issue of that. And then he did like two annuals. Ramba. This was one of the Eros books.
Hey, that was my first porn comic. Yeah.
It's this one ran. Here's number 8. Here's number 10. Here's number 14.
She forgot her pants.
She forgot. I wouldn't say she forgot them.
That book is so filthy.
It's filthy. Filthy book. Kill of the Spider Woman, number 1. This is the most underground adult comic. It is filthy and weird. Oh wait, I got to show you guys this one. Hold on a second. Hold on. I don't want to take too much longer, but I got to show you guys.
You're so into this Miracleman.
By all means, go.
Just write it.
I got to write it out. Hold on. Okay, here we go. All right. So, speaking of weird, this is weirdy and porny. speaking of weirdy and not porny, here we have Rectum Erectum #1.
Rectum. I didn't even know him.
Check out that cover. How do you
That's
look
horrifying.
at
Can I
Horrifying.
unsee this cover? Or let me.
can't.
I'm unseeing this cover.
I'm
seeing
actually-
it's gone. I am.
I got copies
It's
for
no
all of
longer
you, and they're in the mail on the way.
Nice.
Um,
You know the best part? You're gonna laugh at this, Miracle. It's the Halloween fun over his eyes. That's the best part.
Yes, yes.
I was gonna say the best part was Kevin owns a copy, but
I don't. Have,
I did a bunch of underground books recently that I hadn't been able to show. Here's one. This is Vibratory Provincial News from December of 1973.
you're killing me.
Here is Bad Girl Art. Very small. These are all little simple zines, right?
Do you find these at cons, or do you find them at your LCS, or?
Oh, that's
'Cause
the deep magic right there. I'll actually tell you off to the side. Stick around after the show. All right?
Off the air
All right.
conversation here.
Yes, for an off the air, but I'd like to talk to you after the show. Last but not least, actually, that's not going to be last. Hold on a second. I found these. These are stupid hard to find. 1 and 2, S.S. Crompton's Demi the Demoness in a superhero-ish miniseries, 2 issues, Pantheon, published by Archer Books and Games. Here's issue 2. All of these demon and gods from the different pantheons joined together. It's only 2 issues, right? And this is like not as porny as Demi normally is. It's still a little porny. But if you find these by themselves, they're usually like $25, $30 books. I found both of them from a seller for $8 all told. I was like, mine. Last but not least, this will be the last one. Oh no, I'm a liar. Hold on, I'm a liar. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on.
The torture continues.
Wait. Sorry.
This one, a limit of 1,000 covers, autographed. Who Killed Betty? #1.
Wow.
I'd say 1,000 covers. Is it Absolute Batman #1?
You would
That's
think.
1,000 covers.
Limited to 1,000 copies. Sorry, not covers.
Thank you, Rob. That was very
Foolish.
needed.
This
No,
cover
keep it up.
had 1,000 copies. My God, sir. Speaking of, my man, Omactivate, thanks for the heads up, brother. Twinning, baby.
Yeah.
Had to get one. Oh my God, this guy. All right, I'll save these. All right. One last thing. This came out last week. Kirby, King of Comics. This is the 2nd volume. The first one came out 2008. Written by Mark Evanier, who was actually an inker for Jack for a number of years. He worked with him in the 70s. He's one of the people that knows Jack Kirby better than probably anybody else alive today, right? He worked with the man. He heard his stories. Mark Evanier is the one who told the story, who popularized the story, because he's told it so many times, of the Nazis calling up into the Timely offices, threatening Jack, and Jack walking downstairs, rolling up his sleeves, ready to whoop some Nazi ass down in the lobby. Evanier's the guy who knew that story. Now, a shame about who did the introduction, but please bear in mind. Please bear in mind the book was written prior to 2008. Okay, and that's the same introduction, I believe.
I know Mark Evanier from Gru Comics.
Gru. He did. Didn't he do DNA
Crossfire,
Agents?
DNA
Crossfire.
Agents. Yeah.
He did a lot of his own creator-owned stuff too.
He did a lot of Flintstones and like the cartoon stuff.
Yeah,
He worked on Garfield and Friends, right? He was like a main.
He's done so many of those funny books.
Yeah.
A lot of Hanna-Barbera. A lot of Hanna-Barbera.
This book, if you've never read it, is just a wealth of phenomenal art, stories that you won't see. Look at this.
#1.
Look at that. Right. This has got stuff. This has got a whole story. I think this is one of Jack's. I forget the story behind this one, but I think this was the inspiration for the Hunger Dogs and Newsboy Legion. I think the story was called Street Code. And it was, you know, Jack grew up rough on the streets of New York as a kid, fighting every day, you know, and I'm telling you, man, I've only read through a little bit. Look at this fucking shit. Good God, man. Right? I've only read through a little bit of this. This is a beautiful book. It just came out. It's only $25, $26, something like that. The end has an added chapter where they talk about how they finally got some justice for the Kirby family. Unfortunately, Jack had long been, you know, had been passed away at this point. But it was after the first Avengers movie was out. Marvel finally settled with Jack's family, you know, out of court, you know, and that's what actually made me think about Roy Thomas. He's doing it for his family to support them and make sure they're okay. Kirby, and if you knew anything about Kirby, if you read any of the history of his life, like Tom Scioli's book, or this, you'll know that Jack's number one concern at all points in time was providing for his family. He was an old school man, right?
A lot
and
of
I don't
those
say
guys
that
in that era were too. Like they didn't want to do superhero comics. They wanted to do other kinds, but those were what were selling. You know,
Tom was at the con too. Tom Scioli. Yeah.
Oh wow, man, I would love to meet him.
I went to his panel too.
Oh, that's cool. You know, these guys, this was back when comics were a grind, where they made you come in and sit hunched over a drawing table for 10 hours a day while some cigar chomping douchebag walked up and down the aisles and berated you. And you know,
unless
Kirby,
you were Bob Kane and then you just brought it in, and then, hey, we need you to fix this real quick. Can you fix this page here? And then he'd pay someone else to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, look, if you're a serious fan of Jack Kirby and you don't have this in your collection, you're missing out. Abrams Comics Arts, these guys make really great comic related books. I picked up a couple of books from them over the years. Highly recommend it. I've been reading it, like I said, for this past week. Almost done with the book. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It gives you so much great information about Jack and his life and who he was as a person, from somebody, like I said, who knew him better than anybody else living today. And that's it. That's all I'll show. I got some more porn, but I'll show you that next week.
Are you sure you're done?
All right, I can show some more porn. I can show you some more porn. Hold on a second. Eros Comics. Here's 99 Girls. I don't know what it's about.
I knew there was more. I knew it. I knew it.
Here's Full Metal Corset. It's a blonde Avenger comic. Look at that. You know, I remember I showed you last week all those blonde Avenger comics.
You have to have the biggest Eros collection that I know of.
Bro, you have not even begun to see my Eros collection.
Miracleman, has the local paper contacted you about the extensiveness of your Eros and adult collection? Because if they haven't, someone probably should.
Somebody probably should. Candide Revealed. That's another Eros books right there. Here's The Diary of Emily Kay. There's another Eros book right there. Ooh, here's another one. Mara of the Celts or Celtic Shamaness. It depends. Depends on which series. But here she is, Mara. Here she is again, Mara, both of your Eros books. Now, crappier adult books, and this is what I'm going to end it on as a PSA. There are some really crappy adult books out there.
You don't say.
Super crappy. Here's one that's a little less crappy, probably the best out of this publisher. This is
the best crappy one.
The best crappy one. Angel Entertainment was published by it was the same publisher that published the Girls on Girls. You guys ever see me show you those books where it's like it's a white cover and it's pencil drawings and it's always two girls together doing knitting?
I don't know. I've
interesting thing.
Miracleman.
Doing interesting things. I might even have one here now that I think about it.
Is there a cup involved? Please say no.
No cups. No cups. They're probably the lowest grade adult comics you'll ever find. What they would do back in the day is actually they would, you know, in the early Usenet days, they would download images of girls off the internet, trace them for the cover, and then just change their face.
Greg Horn.
Even worse. I mean, they were the cheapest. I'll show some next week. They were the cheapest things you've ever seen in your life.
It's like the beginning of AI. There you go.
Very much so.
Photo bashing to the extreme.
Angel Entertainment. This is Angel Girl number 0. Angel Entertainment, the publisher of this and the Girls on Girls, was Adam Post. Adam Post later went on to be Comics Gator.
Ew, boo. Real quick, Michael has to run.
Oh, sorry. Bye, Canadian.
Bye, Michael.
Love you, bye. See you next week.
Thank you for being a designated driver. Oh,
And
yep, always need more of that.
And if you look at his comics, this guy, when he got into Comicsgate, he got a book published, and when you look at it, you see the margins on the book are like this big. It's like a 4-panel, right? And he goes, it's a design choice made by a guy who's created over 1,000 comics. Well, yeah, your 1,000 comics were the most cheaply produced, shitty ass porn comics on earth, and it was a design choice in the way it was padding your page count so you could rip off the people you got to pay you on Indiegogo, right? So that's really what it was. Now, that I believe that guy's been kicked from Comicsgate because even they recognize that he was ripping them off.
I mean, that makes sense when you don't
Do they
think
have
about
a
it.
floor? I don't think that.
I don't know. They kicked out John Delarose, but that was probably more for making Ethan mad. But
yeah, well, they definitely have their little infighting. That's one of the things I
Right.
don't miss about Twitter. Is
Oh, God.
I'm no longer exposed to any of that.
Any of that scum and filth and trash. That's it. That's all I'm going to show. Anyway, that's my PSA. Ooh, the boobies. That's my PSA about Angel Entertainment or Adam Post Comics. They're all crap. Every single one is crap. If you see one and they're trying to charge you more than $1 for it, they're trying to charge you more than $1 for the crappiest comic you'll ever read in your life.
I want Miracleman's version of this. I think it would be more comprehensive.
I think I could get it to you. I think I could get one. I put that together.
After that, I have to ask, it's 10:30. Do you know where your children are? Hopefully not watching this, because if they are, we just saw a whole lot of corn.
I hope you have
so
this properly labeled for YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, no, that's why I just throw up some of these graphics every now and then when it becomes absolutely necessary, or I get afraid that, oh my God, we just got banned from YouTube.
We're not going to get banned, you wiener.
Hasn't happened yet. Hasn't happened still, because we show comic books. I mean, it's art.
Ish.
Well, I don't have any new books. I have some things that I picked up back here, but I can show one thing because this is how it was sent to me.
Let's see it.
Oof.
Oh, no.
I've had way worse. I've had worse.
So let's hope that I don't show my address here, but I'm going to try and open this up.
At least it has
See
a
what
backer board
happens.
in it.
Let's see it.
I'm pretty sure there's a bag and board, just because I saw that in the thing on eBay. Now, granted, I got this 3 weeks ago. Now, I don't mean that it came in 3 weeks ago. There was, I'll put it this way. There is no tracking number. It was just sent like that.
So as far as eBay is concerned, you never received it.
Yeah, he could have said that. Let's see what it is. All right, it's a blank book.
Hey, they put it in double backing boards. They were looking out for you.
Right.
I will take off the tape because just in case, I don't want to destroy it if anything happens.
That's tape that we destroyed it.
It is it came out all right. It was like $6 and change back in the day. This is like $20 or so. It's far enough away from Halloween where I realized, holy crap, I don't have this one. I had the other cover, but I have every issue. And you know how it is in CLZ that depending on the variant, it's still going to mark it that you have it, whether it's a second print or 10th print or variant cover. But this was the one where it was going, I got to have it. No, I don't have it. Well, sure, don't get it. Almost a month later, it came in. I think it's worth it to me. So that's the one book, the only book that I've been waiting still to come in for all this time. But let's go back around. Anybody else that has more books? We are not doing a top 5 tonight. Sorry for anybody out there watching. And replay.
Kevin, can you show us some of just a few of the
Say it
keys?
on
Because I
Sunday.
didn't get to see your video yet. Could
How much
show
you want to
us?
see? I got 3 ways. I got my auto books. I got the books I got at Heroes Con, and the engine does not stop. So I have other stuff that came in this week as well. So
Oh, the Heroes Con. Let's go
we
with the
could be
ones
here
you
all
picked
week.
up.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll do
I did
I'll
want
do
to
it
say,
real quick.
or your
Um,
favorites, Kevin, from Heroes Con would be
Oh,
good.
we'll see how this goes. So stuff I got signed, I didn't get near as much signed as Jason. I'll just chug through these. I got this Usagi Yojimbo hardcover signed by Chris Schweitzer, who did the introduction of this one. He's a great guy if you've never met him before, and I support him on Patreon, and I think his Patreon is the best Patreon in comics. I got Brett Breeding to sign this issue of Action Comics that I had George Perez sign years and years and years ago. So I got a double on that. Shocking, I got a modern book signed by Steve Epting. Y'all know I'm a Thunderbolts nerd, so first appearance Winter Soldier. Why not? Kevin Nolan, I wanted to pick something unorthodox for him, so I ended up picking this Hellboy one-shot that he did. This is the 25th anniversary Dark Horse variant cover. He didn't do the cover, but he did the inside, so I had him sign it along the bottom there. Kevin Nolan. I got Kevin McGuire to sign my Justice League #3 variant. And I'm not going to bore you all to tears with this, but my big project was bringing this issue of Marvel Fanfare because there were 12 creators at Heroes Con.
It is such a good idea.
I did a pinup in this, and I got all 12 of them to sign it with a little help from Vinson and another Blue Sky who got Walt Simonson and John Romita Jr. for me because I'm unwilling to wait on those lines because I'm too damn old. I won't show all of this. Miracle, this might be, I don't know if you know, are you familiar with Rob Ullman, Miracle? At all? Is he still here?
Oh, man.
Well, if he's not, he's
We
a friend
got to
of
do
mine.
our best Miracleman impression.
You dropped out.
I've never heard of him. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Anyway, he was sitting right next to the Cherry guy, and he's a friend of mine. I've known him for a long time. He's got a new sketchbook out. He does some nudies, so it might be right up some of y'all's alley. I showed my Kevin McGuire to y'all.
I was hoping you would do this. Can you bring that real close in to the camera?
I made a token appearance on the show last week from my hotel room, and I showed this then. But now my Kevin McGuire had to get Guy Gardner, right?
I want to say real quick. I know we're you want a rapid fire, but Kevin McGuire is an absolute delight.
He is.
He's a real nice guy. He doesn't have nearly the line he should. And I bet he was really tickled that you, Friday, day one of the show, beeline for him.
He was.
Yeah.
I told him, too. I said, I've never seen you at a show before, so I wanted to see you first and get something from your portfolio before it was all gone.
He's a frequenter in the Seattle area, so I've met him like 5 or 6 times. And so I've seen him plenty. I didn't bring anything for him to sign, but I still stopped by and said hi because he's so nice.
I did get an original from Rob Ullman too. One of the cool things that he does something called Jersey Girls, where he does pinup girls wearing like the uniform of your favorite sports team. So I've got a few of those, and I had him do Charlotte Hornets for me this year.
Ooh,
he's good.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, moving into the fat loot. Jason will laugh at me because he was with me on this, but I'm glad I didn't find this guy until Sunday. He's like a guy who was selling vintage fanzines from the 60s.
I think you saw it at the same time I did, but I saw it and I'm like, Kevin, look over here.
He had a crap ton of comic readers. I could have spent hundreds of dollars at his booth, but I went ahead and picked 2 out. I got number 34. I mean, this is like on mimeograph. That's how old it is.
Wow.
And I got number 35 as well. And one cool thing about this issue, it's not the only one, but this actually has a letter from George R.R. Martin in it, who was a hardcore nerd, and he wrote letters to all this stuff.
He was doing it to Avenger 12, Fantastic 419.
Yeah, all over the place. All right, moving into the comics. I'm going to rapid fire these. Adam, number 21.
These are all $1 out there for anyone watching.
No. Adam 23. Manouche,
black
who was
cover
there,
looks
he's a friend
nice.
of ours from Blue Sky. He described, because I joke that I don't have filler in my collection, but technically this is filler. It's just not dollar box filler. And he's like, at a regular comic book store, just regular run of the mill yeehaw comic book store, all of those books you bought at Heroes Con would be wall books, and it made me laugh. Anyway, so
It's
Adam
true,
23.
So you're a very like particular to condition collector.
Very, very, very 25. And that's part of the challenge for me, is to find the highest grade one I can find that I can afford. So I try to make a game out of it. Here's 28. Got some Brave and the Bolds, number 59.
I love that cover.
64 with Eclipso. If y'all want to see these in more detail, I did a YouTube channel, a show on Monday. Sorry. I did a show on Wednesday that was my Heroes Con summary that I show all these in a little more detail. This is 66, Metalman and Metamorpho. Here's 67, Batman and the Flash. 71, Aquaman and Atom.
Hey, Hoocha Libre.
Hey. 74, Batman and Metalman. He's seen all these. He saw him at the airport. JLA, I got number 51, fairly early Zatanna appearance.
Oh, yeah, I still need that one too.
54, second appearance of the Royal Flush Gang. I was so happy to find this one. Here's 55. 67, square bound with a cool Neil Adams cover. Hope I have enough shelf space for all this. Found a couple of Atlas Westerns. I got Kid Colt number 36.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, it's mid-grade, which is very acceptable for me.
You know, the black looks really good though.
Oh yeah. So I mean, y'all
like that's
know
really
how
hard to
covers.
get in good shape.
Metalman 19.
Nice.
He goes over there. Here's number 24. I told you we were probably competing for some of the same stuff. 29.
That's
Rob.
High grade Metalman. What?
Miracleman's back.
Hey.
High grade Metalman. What?
You betcha.
Sorry, I had to do a quick number 2.
Hey,
That's what I say. That's what I said. I showed this to Rob already, but this is one of the ones I was most happy to find because I never see this book in nice shape. It's Showcase number 45.
Ooh,
Sergeant Rob.
oh, very nice. Got
that's
that.
gorgeous.
That's
It's
a
like
way
an
better
8.5, very
copy
fine
than
plus.
I have.
Very
I have
high
like a
grade.
4 or 5.
That's so pretty. And you
Here's
should have got. You guys
Showcase
should see it in
47.
person.
Also
Nice.
a pretty cherry one. This one's even nicer. I got this like a near mint minus.
Ooh,
Yeah, is it probably a 9.0?
I got 9.2. It might be 9.0.
Yeah.
I got the second Enemy Ace Showcase. I'm still looking for the first one. This is number 58. 57 is a black cover.
Did you
It's just
buy
like
that
the-
on Sunday or Friday?
Friday.
I bought half of it on Friday, half of it on Saturday.
I'm pretty
Okay,
sure you showed that.
I
on-
saw that, but I saw it a more beat up copy, I think.
I'm pretty sure you showed that off on Friday night when we were at dinner.
It's possible. I got the first appearance of Bawana
oh
Beast.
yeah,
This one has
Yeah.
been so hard to find at
It's a
all.
tough one. It's a tough one.
You know when I
You can
bought
thank
that
Grant
is when-
Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought that when I fell in love with Animal Man. I had
Bingo.
that
Yeah, and I
Wanna
never really
Beast.
read Morrison's Animal Man, so I didn't realize he'd made a few appearances. in
Yeah,
this.
that's
Dude,
when I
you-
went.
You would
bought
love it.
Yeah,
But
you're missing great books.
I freely admit that I overpaid for this book because I never see it, much less in this shape. This is a 9.2 all day. It's beautiful.
Yeah, hard to find a high grade. Hard to find period, but definitely hard to find a high
Period.
Yeah.
I got Teen Titans number 2.
grade. Nice.
Teen Titans number 5. I love that cover. Just
Is,
pops.
is Teen Titans 2 the first narc?
Hey, what do you call me?
Yeah, what'd you call me? I don't know off the top of my head, but
Yeah,
Comic
Comic
Foil
Foil's
on.
right.
okay, I will then. I mean, I like some of the Vertigo. I mean, my favorite was Shade the Changing Man at the time, so I'm weird. I got
Yeah,
Teen
you
Titans
are.
18.
Red Star.
That's a great
Love the
one.
cover. Speaking of love the cover, look at this baby. Oh my God, 26. It just pops. It's so beautiful, that cover.
Covers
That's
like
a good
that. It's a shame that it's on a camera because it looks so nice.
See, this is the reward you get from being a high grade snob like I am. Is when you find one that's this cherry, you're just like, oh my God, who has been keeping this in such nice shape for so long? Here's number 30. You got this one too, didn't you, Mike? I think
That's great. Thanks, Comic Foil.
Yeah, I have all the Teen Titans.
31.
Beauty.
I got a bunch of these. I made a nice dent. 34.
You know, it's as odd as difficult as high grade Metal Men is. It's the exact opposite for Teen Titans. I see higher grade Teen Titans at an exceptionally high rate for the vintage, for the era. You know what I mean? They're not as hard.
Your experience is different than mine. I have found Teen Titans to be surprisingly difficult. Particularly, it's kind of newer than a lot of the other series that I'm working on. But I found more Teen Titans at this show than anything else. So maybe I was just had some bad luck for a while there.
I see them, but if Miracleman says they're whomped.
I never see them. Like they're never at dealers.
Here's 37.
They don't stay. That's why, Vincent. People buy them up. You know, you look at those covers, man. They're gorgeous. They got a ton of superheroes on them. There's always action. A lot of them are Nick Cardy's. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they just grab your attention.
Here's the last one. I got a Heroes Con, a second of my Atlas Westerns.
That is
Wild
beautiful.
Western number 37. This is like an 8.0, which is unheard of for this stuff. So this is the other book that I probably paid more than I should have, but in an 8.0, you're just going to grab it. You don't give a shit at that juncture.
If that's what you want, you're going to just pay. You're just going to pay.
You want to see what I got since? It won't take long.
Let's see it.
Here's Adam number 2.
I have that issue. It's a great issue.
Yeah.
Not even as nice as that, though.
Brave and the Bold 35. Got that this week.
All right.
Nice.
10 center.
I got mine from Jared, Water Tribe J, over on Blue Sky.
Nice.
Oh, yeah?
I got an upgrade on this, Daredevil number 9. It's probably the last Daredevil I wanted to upgrade, so I'm happy to push that up a little bit.
Is that still wood?
It's still wood, yeah.
Yeah.
It's right around when John Romita takes over number 12.
Okay.
If I remember right. Got the last issue of Girl from Uncle. This is number 5.
That's
I
pretty
didn't even
cool.
know that was a thing, by the way.
It's got a photo cover on the back, so clear board, of course.
That's pretty cool. I don't buy the gold key tie-ins, but I would buy Girl from Uncle.
I'm just focusing on the spy issues, so I'm getting Man from Uncle, Girl from Uncle, I Spy, Mod Squad, and
what about
Mission
the Uncle
Impossible.
from Uncle?
The Uncle from Uncle. There's Metal Men number 3. Obviously, these aren't any particular order.
Number 3.
I like Stay Uncle from Prawn Hub.
31 Metal Men.
That's cover.
Very nice.
I got a bunch of these. There's Two Gun Kid number 23. Nice Atlas Western.
I love that cover.
Look at him showing off those
That
abs.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Is that a Severin?
Baby.
Is that a Severin? Is that a Severin cover on that?
It looks like it. I don't see a signature on here. He did quite a few during this era.
He did a lot. It looks like it looked like in the face.
Yeah.
It looks
Severin never
Maybe
signs it, so you'd have to.
Right.
Different inker, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then this is Manili for sure. It's number 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the camera to focus on that. Got a pretty nice Wyatt Earp number 3.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, bud. I got a beat up number 6, but this was kind of just thrown in for free, so I'll take it. It's a
Fill it until you get a better one.
The art on that cover is amazing. The art. I love that.
Yeah, that looks like Severin.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably Severin.
And then number 8, White Earp. And then a couple of things that aren't quite comics. So I saw a book on Heritage a couple weeks ago that's like my it's my, how do I say this? It's a Western Grail of mine that's not Atlas. And it got me thinking, and I didn't realize that Dark Horse had put this out. And everybody knows EC for their horror books and their sci-fi books, but they did do some Westerns, believe it or not. And so I got this collected version of Saddle Justice, which is EC Archives that was done by Dark Horse. It reprints issues, I think, 3 through 8 of that series with some really spectacular covers by Graham Ingalls, including this one, just beautiful.
That's great.
Johnny Craig did a lot of the interior art on this series too, so there's a lot of well-known names. So I got this pretty inexpensive, so I just want to read these as much as anything because I never have before. And then out of the old Aaron Myers playbook, last but not least, I am not a toy collector, but
Famous last
this
words.
came out from Marvel. This came out from Marvel Legends earlier this year, and I finally broke down and got one. Y'all know I did.
Oh, yeah.
The original Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
It's coming out of the box. It's going to go on the shelf.
Phantom Rider.
Here, so,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah, they don't want to
kept having to
confuse.
change
They
the
don't want
name.
it to
With
be Flaming
Ghost
Skull
Rider.
Motorcycle Dude, so they're calling him Phantom Rider. But
He started as
nevertheless,
Ghost
I don't
Rider,
know who he
became the
is.
Knight Rider. He just can't keep a name.
Too damn cool. So I figured
He's
it'd be a
pretty
nice
display
display piece for the.
Are you gonna
shelves
give it a
here.
second one to open, or are you gonna open that one?
No, I'm not that guy. I'm absolutely gonna open this. That's it. I
That's
washed my
great.
hands. I got this at Heroes Con too, so why not?
Oh,
Right?
nice.
Yeah,
That's great.
that booth is great. That teacher booth.
It was a productive show for me. I found a lot of stuff.
All right. Is there any other books that anybody wants to show tonight?
Vincent's
I
got
got
more.
just
I know
real
that.
quick. I'm not gonna. It's gonna be like just a couple minutes, but I do have a few things that we want to really show off. First of all, a really nice gentleman sat down at a dinner table with me and said, "You know what? You're a follower of mine on YouTube. Here's a free comic book."
Oh, that's great.
No,
Yeah.
What a nice guy.
it's a super nice guy. I think he even bought me a drink at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Nice dude. Yeah, I just love it. I didn't get a lot of pickups at Heroes Con, but I did pick this sucker up. First printing,
Nice.
Death of Captain Marvel. This was my Top Shelf Friday on Blue Sky. I hadn't read this since 1985-ish. Yeah. A young tyke. I have to say, this book is amazing. As an adult, this book is so much better than as a kid. Like, you see the nuance, you see the death, the loss that I never saw as a kid. You kind of gloss over, like, oh my god, a character's dead. But this is just an amazing book. So absolutely awesome. I haven't read it yet.
In between books here, Comic Foil mentioned BAF Executioner. It just triggered me because, again, I don't buy toys online or anything, but I kept seeing people listing that toy with and saying like not BAF, and I was like, what the hell does non-BA? What does BAF mean? So I actually had to look it up online because this comes with. It's a Build-A-Figure. That's what.
Oh yeah, Build-A-Figure.
Because it comes with a piece of the Executioner in it, and if you collect them all, you can apparently build the Executioner. But I didn't know what they were talking about with this BAF, non-BAF. So,
like the first one they did for Marvel was like Galactus or something.
You probably can see it there. So if you buy all of them in the series, apparently each one has a part, and you put them all together, and you can make the Executioner. So I learned something.
That's been a thing for a while, and I just want to say I hate it. I hate it so much.
As a non-completionist, I hate it as well.
You enjoy your toys, you addicts.
Quickly highlight. I can't remember who mentioned this. It might have been Comic Foil. I realized that I hadn't read this in a long time, and I had to reread it again. I got a third printing of X-Men: God Loves, Man Kills.
Nice,
guys. $20 for a near mint third printing. I didn't even haggle. I'm a haggle guy. I'm like, I'm gonna give you $15. I just threw them $20 and said thank you, because I was like,
shut up and take my money.
and before I get to my original art that I wanted to show off for a second round here, 1983, I got a long box, near full run of Iron Man and Submariner. I finally decided a couple of years back, before a movie called Wakanda Forever got announced, I finally decided I'm going to finish out my Submariner. So a few years later from that announcement, because of the prices skyrocketing, I now have, this is not a key. This is just Submariner number 11. I just kept
Great
finding
black
dog
cover.
shit copies for like $20. This is probably, I mean, it's a black cover. It's a little harder to get a nice condition. This is probably an 8.0, maybe, if I were lucky. $10. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing good. Then Kevin very patiently walked around the show floor with me, found the best copy. I got, this is probably a 7.0, Submariner number 1, completes my 43-year journey to get a full run of Submariner Volume 2.
That's
you know
great.
what? I think you deserve the full one of one of these.
Hit it.
Warning, 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 warning. Banger alert, banger alert. Oh, look at the little kitty. And he's playing with the tiny little chick. Wait, you're here for comic books, you dumb asshole! It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the basket.
I love that video.
The long one, the long banger always goes a little longer, goes long, but then a little shorter than I expect. So I'm like, oh, hi.
And we're back.
So yeah, I'm so happy to finally get a full run of Submariner. I actually haven't even busted this open to read it. I looked at it when I was buying it, but the dealer gave me a great deal off of even their cover price. Super happy. Kevin, I just want to thank you again. You were a great ally as I was getting overwhelmed on the show floor. So, because there's so many dealers. All right, last bit. I just want to show a little bit of original art. 1992, 1993. I haven't figured out exactly what year it was. I'm a punk 18-year-old teenager looking at a comic convention and go up to this rock star MFer, because I don't swear a lot, named John Romita Jr. He's got the earrings. He's so freaking buff, guys. In 1992, 1993, John Romita was intimidating as hell. I was thinking maybe of applying to art schools because I was an artist. I said, Mr. John Romita Jr., sir, will you do a head sketch for me on this backer board? I put a backer board in front of him, and he did in 1990, whatever, two-ish. I think it's 1992, but I'm pretty sure. And I'm sitting with my good buddy Manuch. We're at the VIP event, and we're like, what could we have him sign other than just the books? We were joking around, and I was like, what if I pay for a remark at Heroes Con and because I had this with me. I went to Heroes Con with this with me. I was like, pay for a remark and be like, hey, I want to thank you for this. I applied to art school because of you. Just do a remark for me. And he did. And he was really nice about it. And so I got a full-on, guys, pen and an ink sketch from John Romita Jr. Like, I'm gonna like try to like cover up stuff here. At Heroes Con, because he was so tickled by the story, he actually put a lot of time on this. Like he was just like, because it's fun, right? I definitely regaled him with the stories of how big of a deal he felt like in the 90s. So, so I've got my original sketch from the 90s and now a new one that I can put side by side. And I just love this. It's so great. And I just paid for a regular remark for this. It was great. And Mudich, I know you're watching the stream. I just want to say thank you for being the inspiration for having this happen. So thank you. The other thing that Manouche did was we all for the VIP event, we all got a quick pencil sketch. I splurged for the torso sketch. It was a little more pricey than I probably wanted to spend. But he was like, hey, Scott Hanna, literally one of the best inkers for John Romita Jr., is here. Why don't we pay to have our sketch actually legitimately inked? And so went over to Scott. Scott actually was the reason why I even went to Heroes Con. He raved about it when I saw him in March at ECCC, and we spent like a while talking about how great he loved it. And so he gave me a discount on this, and he straight up inked this pencil sketch by John. So guys, here is John Romita Jr. A pencil sketch, then inked by Scott Hanna. This thing's amazing. I cannot wait to get this framed. So this is what I'm ending things on. I absolutely love this thing. It's going to be one of my pride and joys in my collection.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Very nice.
Absolutely amazing. And it was a solid ass sketch. I gotta say, John Romita Jr. He goes into like auto mode. He's like, like doing head sketches left and right. Multiple people, when they saw this torso sketch, were like, because they were doing ones that weren't already taken, like for sale. We're like looking to grab this sucker. And then, but I gotta give massive props to Scott Hanna. He took a great sketch and just absolutely elevated this bad boy. So I am looking forward to being in my comic book room, having this framed, and looking at this every goddamn day, because this is amazing.
Just curious, do you have a before picture and an after one, or?
Funny you should ask that.
I actually texted Manouche. I'm like, I was so excited that Scott took my ink request that I forgot to take it before. I have like, you can see it like angled like on some picture, like on a pile with other stuff, but I forgot to take one.
I'm a process junkie with pencils and ink, so I
am too. That's why I was so mad at myself by getting so excited and forgetting to take it. So.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of us. We get excited about things and we forget about sometimes things that normally anybody else would. But hell, we're getting something that we've always wanted. Did you get the process? Oh.
Yeah, I totally whiffed it. I even texted Manouche afterwards. I'm like, I totally forgot. Like, it was like handing it off, and like 15 minutes later, I'm like, oh no, I forgot to get it. Like, but it's too late. I'm not gonna be like bugging the man. So yeah, great convention. I know we're gonna do the afterwards, but I just want to say real quick, Kevin, thank you for being such a solid bud. It was a great weekend. I had a lot of fun.
I'm glad you. We were hyping up Heroes Con quite a bit for you, so I'm glad it met your expectations. So that's nice.
Like the creators and meeting everybody would have been great on its own, but honestly, and even Mike, I wish I saw you for more, but like seeing everybody for even the moments that I did. Kirk Spencer's another one. I saw him for like 5 minutes tops. I was like, oh my god, I love you. Like there's so many people. Like the people is really what made Heroes Con so fun. Above and board above all the creators. So it was just a great weekend, and I'm glad that we had tonight to like really showcase it and talk about it. So thank you.
Absolutely. So is there anything that anybody wants to promote, or any other books? I mean, I think we're ending on a bit of a high note here with the John Romita Jr. sketch.
Yep.
But anything anybody wants to promote for their own channels, or anything coming up?
I'll be doing a Geek Brunch Heroes Con wrap up, where I'll talk about all the interesting stories that happened at Heroes Con, all the people I got to meet, and should be out in about 2 to 3 weeks because my buddy's on vacation, so we'll record as soon as he gets back.
Oh, good. And tell people where they can find you.
DCNoisePodcast.com.
There we go. Vincent, do you have anything coming up?
No, I'm a Blue Sky guy, so you see me every Friday with the Top Shelf
Top
Friday.
Shelf Friday.
Yep. And I just want to say thank you to everybody here, and I'll see you guys next Friday.
Absolutely. And Doc, I know you put out an hour-long video on Monday. It's blowing up the charts.
I watched the whole
about it.
thing, Kevin.
It was painful. I mean, because my videos are like 8 to 15 minutes, and so that one came out at 57 minutes. I'm like, how on earth did I do this? But it was a good learning experience to do a long one. And I was curious to see how it was going to impact the algorithm, what the views would be like, the time per view, all that statistical junk that YouTube gives you all the time. So yeah, it's been interesting. We'll take a few more days to observe. It's very curious.
All that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Miracleman.
I like to appear
in your bed at
in
night.
My bed
2 minutes.
At night in about 10 minutes. Stay after the show, Mike.
I will.
But no, I am not going to appear anywhere. I will say this. You all yell at me about the porn, but this dude's been showing pussy all night.
Well, Michael left. He was showing all of it.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mine just keeps making cameo appearances, first full appearances, the anal, everything. And I don't know where else to end with that.
He's a cat. He don't give a shit.
No. That's what happens when you have cats and comics. Every single flat area in your entire home has been touched at least once by your cat's anus. Now with that, we will be back next week on June the 26th, 2026. Next week, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And let me see if there's anything in the private chat I need to make sure of, and we're all good there. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Replay viewers, live viewers, if you stuck around this far, make sure to tune in on, let's see here, it's 10 a.m. in the morning on Sunday. That's when I drop the top 5. We're not doing it tonight just because I just ran out of time. So until then, read your comics, enjoy other shows that are doing the same thing, and we'll see you next time. Until then, love you all. Good night. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications.